So we are going to start the second episode of TheoryCrafters. We have MBD, Nakat, V15, and Player One in the Skype call here, and we're going to be paying attention as much as possible to the chat as well. Today's topic is a continuation from the last episode, where we are discussing what a tier list would look like if the top tiers didn't exist. So with with Meta Knight, Ice Climbers, and Olimar taken out, what does the rest of the tier list actually look like? Because you can't just say, oh, it's going to be the same order just without the top three, because a lot of the higher tier matchups or the higher tier listings are ranked kind of to compare on how they do against those top players, or those top characters rather. So we managed to, if you look here, I'm hoping everyone can see the tier list. We managed to, I would say, agree upon the first 10 or so characters, but since we have a couple of new people that are in the Skype call that were not involved in the chat last time, I want to quickly go over them and see if anyone strongly disagrees with any of the placements, and if so, why. So I guess we'll just start with that. Judging at the first, going from Marth to, let's go to King DDD. Marth to King DDD. Is there anyone disagrees with those placements of the characters?
Is this an ordered list?
This is currently an ordered list that we came up with from the last episode, and if you have any questions, let me know. Does that?
Yeah, the list that's typed out, because the matchup chart isn't.
The matchup chart is not my doing. I just took the old matchup chart and took off the top three things and left it as is. So that's not really in the correct order, nor is it even in the correct order of the original tier list. I think they just made it in order of the best matchup spread. I think. I'm not even really sure.
Whatever, let's just focus on the written list.
On the written list, you can see, hold on. You can see it, on the top left of the Twitch here. You can see all the characters in order. I haven't really touched the bottom ones down at the bottom because we haven't gotten there yet. And so we'll get there when we get there. But at least here, I think we can safely say we have them in a good order, and if anyone disagrees, now is the time before we move on to the other characters.
Marth to King DD. Marth being the best character with the top three gone.
Right. That seems
why? Why did you guys choose Marth?
Well, okay, for the most part, we're trying to remain as objective as possible. So we're trying to take out as much speculation on player skill and whatnot, and just look at what we believe to be their matchup spread. We're using the matchup chart here as a starting point to start conversations and to kind of lead where we have to go. Okay. But we're not binded by the matchup chart because obviously there are some matchups on the matchup chart that not everyone agrees with the numbers and whatnot. Yeah. So we're using that discussion, and that's honestly where the majority of the chat is going to play a role in this, is to see what matchups don't necessarily hold true on the chart itself and what everyone else thinks as well. So if you look at the matchup chart, we see that Marth has one of the best spreads as far as having the least amount of bad matchups. And we had kind of made that kind of a rule where, we're trying to go by which characters have the least bad matchups and in what order. So, from that logic, we see that Marth has the best spread, and we're not really worried about the fact that he has, maybe he doesn't have the strongest matchups or whatever, like +3s or +2s, that many of them, but it's his consistency that counts the most. And that is what makes him the best character in what we agreed to be our opinion in the last episode.
Well, I still said I thought that Diddy was the best.
I agree. I think Diddy Kong is a better character overall.
Is there a reasoning behind that?
Yeah, I have to agree with Hunter on the Diddy being the best because A lot of reasons. I also think Snake is a little too high, as always.
Agreed.
I think Zero Suit's definitely better than Snake in this format. Maybe even in the current list that we have now. Because if you look at Snake's matchup chart, his spread, does that say even with Marth?
Yeah.
Well, that's wrong. I'm sorry.
No. To be honest, this is why we needed a little bit more diversity in who we had in the Skype call last time, because we just had a few moments of speculation where we had to rely on the chart.
Right. And, like, I'll tell you right now, the Marth one, that's wrong. Diddy being +1, I see it as even. People want to kill me for that.
What, Diddy Kong versus Snake?
Yeah, I think it's even.
Okay.
And everyone in the planet disagrees with that.
What are you talking about? I say it's +1 Snake, and everyone disagrees with me.
I would like to meet who you speak to.
I'd like to meet who you speak to.
Zenodo definitely thinks that Snake gets doo-dooed on.
Well, no, Jesse, the chart is saying that Snake does win.
Right, and I don't think he does.
Right, okay. Well...
AKA he's too high because that's influencing it.
Right, and,
Zero Suit's also even. Oh, it's even. Okay, we're good.
Pitt and Kirby.
Oh, yeah, no, those were actually the last things that we talked about. And if you... Well, I'll scroll down the list over... Whoa. I'll scroll down the list over here and look at where, like, Kirby is. And you can actually see just from the colors that he has one of the best spreads in that area, so that kind of tells us that he doesn't belong in that area. And again, I don't have, like, Chudat or, I don't remember the other, Fallen, I think was the other really good Kirby. You know, I don't have them to discuss this with, so by going based on the table here,
yeah,
Kirby does not belong in that tier with the other characters if we're assuming top 3 are gone. So
right, I don't think Kirby's above DDD though, or Wario for that matter.
I don't think Kirby's above a couple of those characters.
Oh yeah, because he's not as easily counterable. Meanwhile, Dedede and Wario both have counters to them. So one of the things I was trying to go by is like what the, I guess, you know, character's solo viability is. You know, how far can a character go without needing a secondary?
David, now you're dying for me too.
Oh, solo viability. Okay. All right, that changes a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is what a tier list should be. You know, is what a character is able to do on his own. Does anyone disagree with that?
Nope. Well, not me at least. Like, no, I feel you.
Right. I understand what you're saying. It makes sense.
Yeah, in my opinion, like if I had complete control over what a tier list would look like, it's about what a character can do on his own. And what a character can do on his own gets limited the more -2s that character has, because it's more that character's more counterable. That's the same reason why we had Falco below Marth. You know, Falco pretty much dominates a lot of the cast, but he does get countered by Pikachu, so he would kind of need a secondary in the tournament format, in a tournament setting. Whereas Marth...
Yes and no, only because, like, the other Pikachu players don't really beat Falcos.
No. But if the players are of even skill, so like, okay, yes, the other Pikachu players don't beat the top Falcos, but that's because they're not top Pikachus.
You can't assume even skill, because even if I played Falco for 5 years and you just picked up Pikachu for like a year and you're just trying to counter me, that still doesn't mean you're going to beat me.
Yeah, it might not work.
No, but if the players were of even skill, that's the idea about a matchup is, about this matchup chart. In the assumption of a somewhat even skill, I know you can't ever get actually even skill, but between two players of pretty much even skill, the matchup is going to be that much harder or that much easier for said characters. So, I'm not saying Falco can't beat Pikachu. I'm saying, in the grand... Did it fade out again?
In the grand scheme of things, Pikachu counters Falco.
Okay,
right, but you can't... Like, I know we're theory crafting, but you can't theory craft to the level of, like, oh, he counters him, therefore that's what it is.
No, but what else do we have to go off of? Like, that's all we have to go off of, is matchups and who has the most consistent spread.
Well, we have representation of the characters currently right now.
But that's not a fair representation because all the top players all the best players right now play characters like Ice Climbers, Olimar, and Meta Knight. So all that skill that those players have as players isn't being distributed to the other characters, and so it's not like a fair representation.
Bro, the only characters I got up here are Fox and Wario, man. That's it.
What?
If we're talking, what are you talking about? The people in this call right now?
No. I mean, look at New York, New Jersey.
Okay.
The best players pretty much play Meta Knight, okay?
Yeah.
And a couple of Ice Climbers. So by doing this rule set, we can't right away use the players we have at hand for examples, because all the best players, as far as skill goes, is in the process of having to pick up a secondary or pick up a new character, so they're already starting out behind.
You're right, but the big issue here is we do have representations of certain matchups at this level still.
I play Fox and Wario, man. I still have those two characters. More years of Fox than I ever did with Ice Climbers, anyway.
Right. Well,
yeah, I mean, you're arguing Pikachu Falco. It's like you can look at all the Falco players that have main Falco forever, and there are more than two Pikachu mains. Like Esam and Z aren't the only two Pikachus. Esam's one. That's pretty much an auto win against Falcos.
That's my point, though. When a Falco can beat Pikachu, fine. When a Falco can beat Esam, I'll go by that. When a Falco can beat Esam, I'll believe it's winnable. But
did Depp ever play Esam?
They money matched, if I remember.
How did it go?
And I think it went to game 5.
Holy shit!
I think.
But yeah, so that's already showing that it's not impossible.
I didn't say it's impossible.
Esam said that it was +3, and then once he played DHF, he said it was +2.
Yeah, and what's it called? Nah, Seabrook's not saying it's impossible, though. He's just trying to, base this off two players having an even amount of skill with those two characters and, judging,
who's more likely to win.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I know. But if you take those two who are the top of those characters, and it went to 5, that does seem like it's really, really horrible to me.
No, I understand, but we still are. All we can do when we're making this tier list is comparing these characters' numbers to other characters' numbers. So the fact that there are these arguments about what a -2 really means, when a character like Kirby doesn't have a -2 to even argue about, how could you put characters that do have -2s above him? He doesn't have -2s. Neither does Toon Link. Neither does Pit. That's why those characters to me are better than King Dedede and Warrior right now. There's no argument even to be had. They're just not as counterable. So
but if that's the case, why is Snake so high? He has a -2.
Snake is under Falco because I agree Zero Suit should be above Snake. That didn't get touched on enough.
All right, Pit doesn't have a -2, so he should be above Snake too.
Right, and I think this is where we have to decide.
Does they have a -2?
Huh?
Does Dedede have -2s? Yeah,
yes,
he does. All right. Does Wario? He has what, 1?
He has 2.
Which 2?
Marth and Dedede.
Okay.
So this is where I don't mind putting Snake lower because he has a -2, and Falco even for that matter. But we have to start considering how much weight does an individual -2 have versus a plethora of -1s or a counter of +2s or +1s or whatnot. What kind of weight do we use? Do we go all the way to the right here and we look at the weight on the right side, or what do we do?
I mean, I think at a certain point, when you're discussing tier lists due to matchups, you have to stop after a certain character because then it's just a bunch of +2s and 3s.
Yeah.
And that's just oh yeah, Snake is really good because he bodies 80% of the cast but loses to everyone else.
Right.
But you don't play against 80% of the cast, you play against 20% of the cast.
But I feel one of the benefits of doing a theory craft like this is in this kind of world, there's a higher percentage of viable cast members.
Right.
So we do have to consider more characters in this discussion.
I mean, yes and no, because my for Snake, my matchups that are +2 and +3 in the lower tiers It don't matter if Meta Knight's there. It don't matter if Olimar's there or Ice Climbers. That's still going to be a plus 2 or 3 for me.
Right, but if Meta Knight and Ice Climbers not existing makes other mid-tier characters more popular, and then those mid-tier characters still manage to keep those bottom-tier characters or low-tier characters in check, which might be your -2, then they still don't matter as much.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to make a theory craft to this thing, you have to have like a kind of like a cutoff point, because at some point, everyone just beats all the lower tier characters, and those, sorry for everyone who plays, not mid tier or higher characters. Like, sorry, you kind of don't matter for a tier list because you're bad against everybody.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Snake. Like I'm saying, Snake will plus 3 everyone down there, but that doesn't matter. That doesn't help.
Right.
Chill, son. Snake ain't +3 in Jigglypuff.
It's pretty bad.
Dude.
I just want to see him get worked up.
Dude, that matchup's so bad, it's not even funny. It's actually hilarious.
Did you know that, fun fact, Meta Knight can air release Jigglypuff into an uppy, aerial uppy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought Bowser only had the air release on him.
No,
Air
well,
release
it's
up
not a forced air release, because, Jigglypuff can get out on the ground. But if you get a dash grab at the edge, or at the edge of any platform where you dangle them over the edge, then you get at the edge, you're getting an air release uppy.
Yeah. Snake nairs Jigglypuff twice, and then, like, up tilt kills her. She's so light.
But we digress. So, let's find a point where we no longer want to list them in any particular order. We'll just call that section bottom tier. Do you want to just stop here, stop there? Like, I don't know where the cutoff is going to be. Do you want to just not include low tier at all and then just stop it like Yoshi? I think Yoshi would be a fair cutoff point because I think he would stand to improve with the top 3 gone.
Where's Yoshi?
Yoshi's like right there. And then you have Luigi starting off the rest of those guys down there.
Yeah, I can see that as being a valid, like, these characters.
Yeah, I agree with player
don't
1.
matter.
Wait, player 0. Player 0? Yeah, word. Luigi might actually do a little better, man. He's bad. He's bad, but he's not. Man, all I know is J-Ban's a god, so I think Luigi can do it.
Yeah, I mean, and then if you look at, actually this is like a similar situation we have when we were looking at Kirby's area and Ike's area. If you look at Luigi and his area, like, he is still lighter than his whole area. Like, his whole area has -3s all over, but he has no -3s whatsoever. So Luigi probably does stand to improve a tier or so.
Alright, so maybe Pokemon Trainer, because there's only, like, 1.5 Pokemon trainers, and they don't exist.
I mean, we can cross that point when we get there.
Right. So, alright, well, let's make some changes, because we've actually had a lot of discussion here. Where are we on the Marth and Diddy Kong debate?
I still think Diddy is number one.
Diddy is number 1.
Yeah. Everyone that was in your call last time is stupid.
Well, I don't think they're stupid. I think they were just kind of okay with my logic.
See, well, I think the logic was last time was that if Marth plays like near perfect play, then doesn't lose any of his match, or he does really well against those matchups since he's a hard character to play against.
Right, but then if Diddy plays perfect, he infinites.
If Diddy plays perfect, then he just infinites everyone.
Diddy also has an infinite, man.
Like, did we not know who Zenodo is? That guy doesn't even play a ball. He plays infinite.
His project, I mean, his projectile is like, his projectiles are really good, man. Like, I feel like Diddy Kong has more tools suitable to be number 1 than Marth.
Oh yeah, because he has a projectile. Like Marth, I think Marth struggles because, like, yeah, he can zone really well, and Fair's a really good spacing tool. But when you can punish it, and like Diddy Kong's like, oh, you fared me, I can banana combo you. It's like,
The other thing was that, as Vex said last week, he thinks that D2D gets free wins on some of the counterpick stages, and I don't think that really applies to Diddy with any of the current matchups without Meta Knight on any of the current Apex stages.
Well, would we be using like the current Apex rule set?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, because that shit skates out with Halberd.
Yeah,
exactly. And Halberd's not even that bad for Diddy at all.
Yeah, it's pretty much a bigger FD.
What? Out of curiosity, what was your logic of Marth being first?
It was
Secret.
he has the most consistency. He has no bad matchups, with the exception of Dedede, which I don't even personally think is a bad matchup. So
See, you could say that, but then you have to look at placings in actual tournaments.
we can't look at placings in actual tournaments right now because a lot of them, Marth loses to Meta Knights. Like, that just it happens. So, like, his placing is kind of obscure compared to Diddy Kong, who has a better matchup on Meta Knight. It's not a fair comparison right now. So that's why this is kind of a hard topic. That's what was one of the things that drew me into it, was that I didn't think it was going to be really a cut and dry answer. I think the whole point of this really kind of shows us that, you know, with the top three gone, this is all up for debate because there's no clear answer. You know, anyone could win or get second or third. Like, I wouldn't bet money on like half of the top 5 characters or top 10 characters. I wouldn't be able to consistently put money on who's going to win that tournament.
Right, like, personally, for me, with this rule set that we have, I think my top 3 would be Diddy, Falco, Marth.
I only disagree with that because I don't see why you would put a -2 in the top 3.
Because, just because there is the existence of a -2, yeah, there would be a rise in Pikachus, but that doesn't mean there's going to be a rise in good Pikachus.
I feel like Falco being second is I don't know. It's Falco, although he's still a good character, I feel like he has too much of a problem killing. I feel like he loses to shield too hard.
Yeah, but then again, so does Diddy Kong.
But Diddy Kong has a way to trick you out of your shield or get around your shield.
Falco has grab and jab.
All characters have grab.
Both
though.
characters just
Right, but I'm talking about
pressure
like,
to bait them out into a defensive option like Sorrow spot dodge.
I would keep it Diddy Kong, Marth, then Falco.
I
don't know enough about Pikachu to honestly like place him anywhere.
I just don't see why you would put Pikachu below Falco.
I definitely have Pikachu in the top 3.
Yeah, I just don't
Like,
see...
for me, it's only because Pikachu would be there because he +2s Falco.
Okay, who cares? He's still there and he's still a problem for Falco. And
Right, so that's only one character for one problem.
No, but the thing is, Pikachu still has other really good matchups, first of all.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
Second of all, it's not just that Falco loses it's not just Falco has a -2, so he should be below Pikachu. He has a -2 to Pikachu. Like, it's like the combination effect. You know, like, he loses to that character, whereas Pikachu doesn't lose to a character like that. And
Right, but I don't know. I still see Falco having a better spread than Pikachu aside from that. Because Falco doesn't lose to Lucario. Pikachu does.
But if you look at the top tier characters, it looks like Pikachu's the only one that gives Snake that much trouble. So that's something that Pikachu has over the rest of the cast. It looks like he's the only one that gives Falco that much trouble in the top tier. So that's something he has over the rest of the cast. And Dedede as well. Him and Falco are the only ones, which still is why they'd be next to each other. But I still have to give the edge to Pikachu.
Right, but then you go down on the tier list, and then you look at Lucario, Toon Link, Game & Watch. Those aren't easy matchups for Pikachu.
I don't see why Game & Watch is recommended, but...
Because what can Pikachu do to Game & Watch?
I'm just talking about the chart. It looks even, but I don't...
Right.
Pikachu Game & Watch?
Yeah, that matchup isn't fun.
Bro, I'm just listening to you when you talk to Pikachu. When you talk about Pikachu, man, I'm just gonna listen to you because I don't know enough about Pikachu.
Yeah, I don't know enough about either of these characters.
I talked to Eric
judge.
enough about his matchups to know like that kind of stuff. Like Game & Watch completely outspaces Pikachu. It's stupid. Like I'm not saying Game & Watch beats Pikachu. Everyone counterpick Esam Game & Watch. You're gonna win.
Nah, that wouldn't even work.
But no, of course he has X climbers. Duh. Obviously, right? But Game & Watch's hitboxes are better than Pikachu's. Like in that matchup specifically.
But what does that have to do with it? If it's still an even matchup, right?
Yeah,
Or
it's still
agreeing it's even. Then I'm not sure what the specifics of the individual matchups have to do with anything.
Because I think Falco Game & Watch is a +1 for Falco.
Man,
Falco does win that matchup.
I agree with that.
Alright, so
That's my argument for why Pikachu is still lower than Falco, because while Pikachu destroys, supposedly destroys Falco and Snake and Day-to-Day,
Which would all rise, except maybe Snake, with the removal of Ice Climbers and Knight and Olimar.
And then Falco destroys Day-to-Day. I think he beats Snake. And
I
then
wouldn't say Falco destroys D-to-D. I think it's only a +1 after seeing Poor God versus other Falcos.
Well, didn't Vex last week say it was a -2?
no, Vex was
I'm not sure what Vex said. He
Vex,
just said that is one of the worst matchups, which I can still see with Mem Knight and Ice Climbers removed.
No, I think Vex thinks it's not that bad. He also thinks Pikachu's not that bad. But,
Okay. Alright, well, that's people being biased, whatever, who cares? And then, like I'm saying, if you look at those specific matchups, Falco, in my opinion, beats Toon Link and Lucario and Game & Watch.
Sure.
And Pikachu doesn't. So that's what I think pushes Falco just above him. Because, yeah, Pikachu does better against the higher-tiered characters, but struggles against other characters that Falco easily beats.
So how do you think that will play out in tournament? Do you think people would pick up Pikachu's just for Falco?
Well, I think, not to mention, your argument is about how Pikachu does against other lower-tier characters compared to Falco, but then you're ignoring completely the matchup comparison of Fox or Sheik. Like, Sheik almost beats Falco, let's just say that because of the tilt lock, but doesn't because of jab and grab and whatnot. I've witnessed that on the Wobo bus. But Pikachu destroys, like, Sheik is not a character to Pikachu, and Fox is not a character to Pikachu. Both of which are either even or 1+1 advantage at best for Falco. So it's like, yeah, you're picking some of the matchups that Pikachu might have a little harder of a time than Falco, but there are other matchups in that same area that Pikachu annihilates.
You're right, but logically, is a Sheik player going to play Sheik or Zelda against Pikachu?
But we're not looking at Shielda. Like, we're not looking at Shielda on this tier list. We're looking at Sheik.
I see Shielda listed on your list, so I guess we are looking.
Well, I mean on the matchup chart.
Doesn't Pikachu still wreck Zelda?
Yeah, it's still +2.
I mean, like, why? Well, Zelda's not even a character still.
I mean, it goes from a -3 to a -2.
Yeah, but it's, I mean...
But
still,
also, look at the location of where you're nitpicking a character from. The bottom 3 that we said cutoff was going to be.
you picked that area.
I picked right below Wario. That's not that area at all.
No, you picked. You brought up Game & Watch, which I then went 1 down to Fox.
Okay, Game & Watch is still mid-tier?
And so is Fox.
Right. Yeah, but you're bringing out Sheik, and that's...
Alright, fine, drop Sheik. Compare how much better Pikachu does to Fox than Game & Watch. Like, you're talking about 0 or 1 or 3 or 0. Like, I'm looking at this little square right here. Pikachu
I don't think
wins
it's a
that.
-3, man.
Between Fox and Pikachu?
Personally, I think it's -2.
And how do you see Fox Falco?
Fox Falco is even.
How come?
He has mobility in that matchup. All he has to do is survive the chain grab initially.
Yeah, the chain grab is the only... Well, you can't really die from the chain grab. You'll take a lot of damage, though, but then you can regain that damage back just from, like, up-tilt chaining him. And not only that, you have an easier time killing Falco than he does killing you. And it's riskier because you kill him earlier, so if he tries to go in for, like, a kill move on you, and you're, like, at 150 and he's at 100, you just shield it and you kill him. That's technically speaking, if both players are, playing perfectly or playing evenly. I feel like it's an even matchup.
Right, I thought Falco just having kills Fox like he does the Wolf.
Nah, there's ways you can survive if Fox is in his
Falco, okay, the thing is, every character, or most characters have 25 frames before they can meter cancel. Wolf, for some reason, randomly has 60.
I heard that Wolf could not meteor cancel at all, actually.
No, he has 60 frames before he can meteor cancel. Characters with multiple jumps like Meta Knight have about 32, I think. And then Tethers have like 16-ish. But Wolf is just randomly at 60, so that's why he dies. Fox doesn't have that at all.
Damn.
Poor guy.
Damn.
Yeah, hard time being Wolf.
This is why I have you in the call. For anyone wondering why I have player 1 in this call, he knows a lot of random stuff about Brawl and frame data.
David, how did you not know that Laser stunned Zero Suit more?
I don't play either of those characters. What
It
does
does it to
mean?
Mario
Any
also,
electric
bro.
hitboxes.
Yeah, it doesn't to Mario. It's so sad. Mario gets shot. He's like, oh no. Like, what? He's a normal plumber trying to beat this bird up. Like, come on now.
It just doesn't work out.
It's because he has a water pack on his back.
Doesn't mean anything.
I don't know, man. They designed these things on purpose. There must have been a reason.
They saw Samus and Mario are going to be too overpowered. They had to nerf them.
Yeah, they created Falco's laser to keep them in check.
And Wolf.
But yeah, just want to take a moment. Anyone that's in the stream, if you like what you're watching, please, 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 and if you don't like what you're watching, just share on Facebook, see who else we can get in this chat. 'Cause believe it or not, I am reading pretty much everything as we go along, and it is helping. It is helping me kind of guide the conversation a bit. So just go on Facebook, share the stream, and the discussion topic, and see who else we can get in this chat. But that all being said, I will let Diddy Kong trump Marth, but I'm not allowing Falco to go over Pikachu. Like, I just do not see the logic behind that at all.
I agree with you.
It's all up to you and the cat.
Wait, what?
I was saying I can agree with Diddy Kong's tools being that much better than Marth's and all that. I'll take that. But I'm not willing to accept Falco being better than Pikachu given his matchup spread.
Falco being better than Pikachu given the matchup spread. Bro, my knowledge on Pikachu is shot. I'm literally just feeding off what Justice is saying, man.
Well, you're already... Yeah.
But like, I see where you're coming from also. So if you are, like, if this matchup spread does play, like, a major role in the deciding factor of which character is better, then Pikachu being better than Falco would make sense.
Like, I'm just looking like Pikachu can do way nastier things to more characters than Falco can. Falco's zoning tools are better, but that's about it.
I mean, the only reason why you think this is because ESAM is so good.
I've played good Falcos. What does that mean?
It's that your view on Pikachu is skewed because it's ESAM.
I'm not considering even, like, play style. I'm just looking at, like, the technical aspects of what Pikachu can do to certain characters. Like, 0 to 80s, 0 to 100s, to edge guards. Like, all those, like, surefire things kind of put Pikachu above Falco. Falco doesn't have that stuff. Falco as a character just has better zoning than Pikachu does.
I mean, my only issue is that it's still only ESAM. Like, if that's the case, why isn't Z doing as good as ESAM?
Because
He's been playing Pikachu for years now. Why can't he do the same thing?
What Falco does is good as Def. As good as Def. What Falco does is good. Every character has one player that's like that.
Bloodcross does really well.
He still has not as well, and he still has Meta Knight as a clutch.
Okay, the Japanese Falcos, I forget their names.
Masha?
Masha, SLS, whoever.
And we're using them to compare to our Falcos when they never really even played the same people.
The skill gap between Falco players is way smaller than Pikachu players, in my opinion.
That is true.
Oh yeah, that's true. The gap isn't as big, but there's still only one player that we really use to go based on what matchups are like.
Right, but that's still an underlying issue, because what if ESAM didn't play Pikachu? We think Pikachu's really bad.
So what are we gonna, like, move on to next?
Well,
Snake sucks.
yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think we all agree Zero Suit's at least above Snake. Is anyone contesting to that?
No, not at all, man. On a daily basis, man.
Finally.
Snake is booty.
Thank you. I love you.
Yo, like I say this every day to everybody in my crew.
Me too.
Every day, son. Every day.
It's like all Snake can really do is play a little bit faster so they can fool people into thinking he's good.
Dude, I say it every day to random strangers. They don't even know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You're
look,
like that guy. You're that guy in the street saying the world is gonna end, but instead you're just like, Snake is a bad character. Run for your lives.
He's
like I already made like some of my crew members drop Snake. Snake is booty. It's that simple.
really.
Once you know how to expose Snake, it's like a done deal.
I'm not really sure what to do with the two, but I guess I'll trust your guys' opinions. I think you guys are more knowledgeable on Snake than me. But I will just say that I definitely think Falco's Zero Suit is -2 for Zero Suit.
-2?
Yeah. Falco sort of shuts down Zero Suit, in my opinion.
right.
Hey, Nakat.
See it being. Yo, what's good, man?
Sorry, but V was asking in the Skype chat, do you think Snake loses to Ices?
No, I don't. I think it's +1.
Plus one
I don't know. I think you're wrong
who? Plus
there.
one who?
Ice climbers.
Oh, so he does win.
I think it's +1 ice climbers. Just tease.
Right,
Yeah,
the
that's-
question was, do you think Snake loses to Ice Climbers?
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you agree?
Hey, if you Sam in the chat, maybe you can give us some insight on Pikachu.
Oh my god.
I thought.
Oh no.
I think it's 55-45 Ices.
Okay. Yeah.
Just Icy players, except for you, don't know what to do.
They don't know the matchup that well.
They're just stupid. They see grenades and they're like, oh my god. Panic.
Nah, man, like the effort it takes to like dodge a grenade is so small. It's like
You mean walk?
you can walk away from it, you could jump over it, you can insta toss it back. You don't even have to catch it. Right? You can just look at it. That's what I do sometimes. But
Yeah.
Grenades are irrelevant in my opinion. And if he has a grenade next to him, then don't try to force yourself in because you're just gonna get blown up and be put in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
It's bread and butter, son. Like you already know, man.
Oh, I do. It's just people are so stubborn and think Snake is so much better than... They still think it's 08 where you can't walk forward. So, like...
They give him too much respect. And they fear his damage output. They fear his damage output a lot.
Like... Where have you been? Why don't you live down here so you can argue alongside with me?
Son,
I mean, everyone in Florida
I'm
thinks
up
Snake
here.
sucks.
Nakat.
because they're right, because they're smart.
No,
They're right.
everyone thinks Snake sucks, but now since I've been doing so much better, Snake is really good.
No.
Alright, guys, really quick. I just want to comment on the chat here. Sam gave us his input on the Falco versus Pikachu debate, and he says...
It's good, Esan.
Falco only has one really hard matchup, but dominates most of the mid-tiers. Pikachu has less difficult matchups, but doesn't dominate. He wins the head-to-head versus Falco's. Falco's best strength currently in the tier list is wrecking Olimar, which isn't going to be taken into consideration in our thing, while going even or close to even with Meta Knight. So he says, even with, I'm guessing, the current, like, Meta Knight and all of them included, he thinks Pikachu is better, which may be biased, but he says overall people might agree that Falco is better. So, one of Falco's strengths include things that we're not considering. So, that being said, that kind of confirms my belief that Pikachu is
Right,
better.
but he even still said that Pikachu doesn't dominate while Falco does.
Right, but he also stated that he doesn't lose anything, including the head-to-head against Falco. So he kind of sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm saying he's kind of reiterated my points from before.
I mean, yeah, but it's just like Falco only loses to Pikachu in that aspect, and yeah, I guess that would be the deciding factor. But
Right, well, that's why they're next to each other. They're not like 3 tiers away. They're directly next to each other. And then if we had to give it to one of them, I'd have to give it to Pikachu. I'm not saying it's like by a clear margin. It's just, if I have to pick one, it's going to be Pikachu every time.
I still think Falco just a little bit.
This man is sticking to Falco super hard. My man is not budging.
I'm very stubborn.
It's okay, man. It's okay.
That's why I've been arguing about Snake being bad since like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but
Alright, I'm gonna take a visit down there. I'm just gonna start a campaign with you.
Thank God. First, we start with Red Halberd.
It's like fighting Ally is like fighting Ally. Like Ally is a magician. You're not really fighting Snake that much, in my opinion. What the hell? Okay, can you guys hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, cool.
That
So
just
yeah,
broke my heart a little bit. It's okay.
Alright, so yeah, well, yeah.
Sorry, no, but we're really
David,
What?
get Eric in here.
in the. Does he want to be in the call?
He literally said he wants to be.
Oh, okay. I'm so happy with Esam's picture right now.
I don't remember what it is.
It's just funny.
Oh, that thing, yeah. Was good.
Can everyone hear Esam? Speak up in the chat or in the Skype if you cannot hear him.
I hear him.
I hear him breathe, so I guess I can hear him talk.
I'm pretty loud.
Anywho. This is going? Oh, cool.
So, I am. But, anywho,
So yeah, my biggest argument for Pikachu Falco being switched
Mhm.
was that you're the only Pikachu,
right.
and there are more than one Falco out there. So just because you're that good with Pikachu doesn't mean Pikachu's that good. That was my biggest argument, because if you can do it,
No,
if you can do it, why
can't say
can't
that.
you do it? Why not? This is all a theory thing.
Right. However, the thing is, if one person does it, that means that that it is possible for them to be that good. You know, the first really good Falco was deaf, and no one was even close to him, and he clearly showed the most about him. Other people caught up, but not really. Like, he's still by far the best Falco. Because we never got to see the Japanese ones, to be fair, in person. But yeah, like, it's the whole matchup chart thing all over again. The whole, well, Marth beats most Pikachus, even though Esam has never lost to one. I mean, except I lost to Mr. Arg at Apex, but...
Well, I mean, yeah, one match doesn't define a matchup.
Right.
Whereas before, my argument with Jesse, we were talking about Snake versus Dedede, and how I believed it could be +1 Snake, or even at worst, and he was saying no, and I was like, but you've beaten every Dedede, so clearly if the best Snake in the matchup hasn't lost to Dedede, how
He
can
regularly
you...
loses to Adamus.
Huh?
MBD regularly loses to Adamus.
Oh yeah,
You do?
yeah. He's the only one I've never beaten.
Right, well, even so, if we can go back and forth like that, well, maybe not with Adamus, because maybe he just beats you personally, but that shows me that it's even.
Well, I think last week I thought that we established that if we're playing under perfect play, then DD is going to infinite chain grab Snake.
Dude, apparently Vex can do that.
Yeah,
He's
that's what we
been
established
saying that
last
he learned
weekend.
it.
I wouldn't say 10 times in a row is learned it. I would say...
It's still a good amount of damage.
I mean, if you know 10 down throws is your limit, and then you continue the chain grab, and then you get like 10 more, that's pretty bad.
I don't know. Like...
You don't know. You stand still and kill me.
Well, no, I'm just comparing it to, like, Ice Climbers. Like, if an Ice Climbers player told you they can do the chain grab 10 times in a row, that's like nothing. Now, if they told you they did 10 perfect chain grabs to death and messed up one of them, that's something.
Well, that's also a lot easier.
Well, what I'm still saying, like, the 10 times in a row thing isn't as impressive when it's not really doing that much.
Yeah, but you can't... That's not fair, because he's just starting to learn it. It took people, 2 years to actually learn how to zero to death people without fucking down throw forward air?
Yep.
Like, no.
Well, that's because I feel like that had to get discovered. Like, it took 2 years for people to discover the chain.
So you mean it took however many years now, 5 years, for Vex to actually go, I'm actually going to learn how to do this instead of, passing it off as too difficult because it's 5 inputs in 10 frames. That is stupid. I got it once in 6 hours of practice.
You
Right.
suck.
And I'm the quote-unquote master of buffering before this.
I don't know. I think that small thing is too obscure to consider, but that's because I haven't seen it yet.
When you see him do it against hopefully not me at Apex,
No. When I see him do it against hopefully not you and have it make a difference.
He'll beat Ally. Calling it.
Ally wouldn't go Snake.
Ally
Right.
said he's going all Snake at Apex.
I will side bet that he won't.
I would love
Said,
to see that.
said, all right. He told me he's going all Snake except for against Olimar that he's going to go Meta Knight, and that is it.
I will side bet that he won't.
I hope he does,
Do you want to
but
side
I
bet?
just
What happens when you
oh
beat me?
you don't want to side bet with me. You know I always win those.
Alright, so then take the bet.
I probably would.
Let's put $5 down.
Okay.
So you mean he's not gonna switch off Snake versus Pikachu?
He said he's going all Snake except against Olimar that he's going Meta Knight.
Alright.
Okay.
So,
To be fair, like he does best against me with Snake. Like he takes me to like almost last hit every time, and then just like no, it's too difficult, and then I like 3-stock his Meta Knight. I'm like, what are you doing?
so MVD.
He got
Yeah.
pretty close at Lava, didn't
The
he?
rule is he's allowed to switch to Meta Knight for Olimar, but that's it.
That is what I said twice.
Alright, so I'm saying that's what our rule is for the deal.
I mean, does pools count? Because you might just mess around in pools.
Nah, everything counts. I'm gonna follow him I'm gonna stalk him.
Okay, only bracket because pools is stupid.
I'm gonna
Are
stalk
you
him.
guys serious?
I'm
No, yeah,
going
they're
to
doing this.
Really setting up this bet right now.
I am gonna stalk him the entire tournament if we make this bet.
All right,
So,
not pools though.
Yes,
Not pools.
fools. You better talk to him.
I feel like he's gonna switch, man. I feel like he's gonna switch at least once.
No, I think when
Let me
it comes
explain.
down to it, he's gonna switch at some point. Yeah.
Don't worry, he's gonna get like 13th because he's not as good of a player as he was anymore because the metagame has developed and he hasn't caught up with it like me.
I think
in
in
before
bracket,
Ally outplays ZSM.
$20?
No.
yo, let's bet everything, guys.
Anywho,
And
so do you want me to like explain the typing, because it's kind of easier,
The what?
what I typed in the chat?
Oh, sure.
So yeah, Falco, in the current tier list, his best attributes are the fact that he doesn't really lose too tough to anyone besides Pikachu and Ice Climbers. He does really well versus Meta Knight and really well versus Olimar. So his top tier spread is pretty decent. I mean, he doesn't lose to Diddy. He doesn't lose to Snake. He gets wrecked by Wario actually. So let me take that back. 3 matchups.
No, he doesn't.
Falco Wario, he does not
doesn't.
get wrecked by it.
He doesn't get wrecked
I've
by it.
seen that Reflex versus Kismet a dozen, well, actually like 20 dozen times in my
Yeah, and
past
I've experienced it too. Like, it's not... Kismet is stupid good at that matchup.
You're right.
Like,
Okay, so it's what, +1 Wario even? What is it?
No,
I'd
it's plus,
say
it's
it's
plus
even.
1 if that. If that. Falco boxes him out too hard.
Okay, so anyway, so he has those 2 matchups. He doesn't really, looking at the characters, he doesn't really lose to anyone else, like, not even close. Then for Pikachu, I'm going to say it's even with Marth. Beats Falco. Either slightly loses or goes even with Diddy. Beats Snake. Goes even with Wario. Beats Zero Suit. Beats Day-to-Day, etc., etc. People say we lose to Game & Watch and Peach, but we don't. After that, there's no really difficult matchups, but the thing is, Pikachu has a lot more even matchups than Falco does. Like, normally, Falco wins his match. Like, he either wins, he has, like, his 4 even matchups in high tier, or he just wrecks everyone. Pikachu, goes even, +1, even, +1, -1, even, So he's, he doesn't just flat out beat people, but he doesn't lose to nearly, or not to nearly as many. He doesn't really lose to anyone bad at all, while Falco, Pikachu is, I'm still going to say -3.
Well, don't you lose to Lucario?
No.
Eric, can I get your opinion on one of the things that I was considering as logic before? This is why I originally had Marth as number 1.
He doesn't lose any matchup.
Right, and I was kind of using the Florida PR logic, where we look at who has the least losing records.
hmm
So, wouldn't that still hold true for Pikachu versus Falco? Like, Pikachu doesn't have any -2s, whereas
Right.
Falco is counterable. And especially, considering it's by Pikachu, I would place Pikachu above Falco.
Well, you're doing it based on the overall, not based on the head-to-head, because otherwise the tier list would be impossible to
Well,
actually
it's based on the overall, which puts them pretty even, and then you consider the fact that it's to Pikachu.
Right. Again, I'm not disagreeing with you. I would say Pikachu's better. However, I might be seen as biased because I am the Pikachu.
Well, I'm neither, so I'm still saying it's
Right,
Pikachu.
but other Pikachus lose to Falcos.
Yeah.
Z and SK92 go fairly even, and that's the only other, well, besides like California Pikachu's versus Death, but California Pikachu's,
I mean, a counter's a
Shout out to
counter.
Normal. Right. But, I mean, it's not fair when you think of a counter versus an infinitely superior player. Like, Death is way better than every other Pikachu besides me.
Or how about this? We can take it like a step further. Do you remember Gluttony versus Atomisk? Like, Gluttony still beat Atomisk, even though that's a quote-unquote -2, just like Falco versus Pikachu.
I remember when Mako beat Kadaj.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But to be fair to Atomisk, I'm not going to John for him. Never mind. Continue.
To be fair, you beat Gluttony, David. Let's be real.
Right, and that's what brings me to this whole thing where, like, it almost comes down to who the better player is. And in your case, when you're trying to compare other Pikachus to Def, that's not fair because Def is just that much better of a player.
Right, but when you played Def, Eric, it was game 5?
Because I SD'd in the 2 games he won.
It was game 5?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I asked.
I suicided in games 2 and 4.
That's your fault.
You're right, but that's not indicative of the matchup. That's me being bad.
Larry still lost and Easam still won. That's all that matters in the end.
Right,
Considering that my game 1 and
destruction.
5 were 2 or 3 stocks, yeah, it's kind of destruction.
Ooh.
But isn't this list based off this chart?
It's not based off of it. We're using the chart as like a catapult, like as a starting
Guideline.
point. Yeah.
Because the thing is,
Also,
the chart
Pikachu doesn't
doesn't
tomorrow.
What, Nakat?
No, I said okay. Like, all right, if that's it's just a guideline.
Exactly.
All right. Well.
So I think we have top 5 pretty down. I still advocate Marth being the best, but not everyone else feels that way.
I would say Diddy Kong because he also doesn't lose any matchups. And then he has
He loses to like everyone, but not really.
Okay, and then Luigi +4 is everybody. I know, I get it.
Well, no, I mean, okay, honestly, Diddy loses to Wario, and it's his worst matchup without Meta Knight, Ice Commerce, Olimar. I mean,
You
with
think
it,
Diddy
it's
Kong
his second
loses
worst
to
matchup.
Wario?
Definitely, it's.
I was
it's
so under the impression that
close
matchup was even.
It's his second worst matchup.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, I can kind of see it because I don't have any Diddy Kong experience with Wario, and the times I played Player 1, like, it felt a little too easy with Wario.
What are you saying here?
No, you know what I mean? And I'm saying, I'm
I still
specifically...
took your money.
No,
Shots.
I'm just saying that
Funny match.
it should have been harder considering all the reflex practice you've had and how little Diddy experience I had in the matchup.
Yeah, but you guys played differently.
Okay. Nevertheless.
I mean, I can explain the matchup if you guys want.
Go
Or
for
what
it.
makes it hard.
Sure, go ahead.
Ground control.
Well, pretty much Wario lives forever. Wario lives forever. Our only kill setup is pretty much glide toss to kill move, and Wario's always in the air, no matter what. And then when he's in the air, he's just camping for a fart. And if he gets us off stage, like if he gets that poke with his real good aerial mobility, and he gets us off stage and he uses a fart, it's a free kill every time. If he has a fart and we're off stage, it's easy free kill.
Yeah, you don't really have that many recovery options.
And what
So
I
we
really
die at
liked-
60 every stock, he goes to 200 every stock.
My favorite thing about the matchup was when I had Diddy Kong recovering from below with his barrels, and I grabbed the ledge. All I had to do is fall from ledge and
Fight?
Forward air.
no, throw it a forward air, and then he
I
upbeats
saw
into it
David
and
do
dies.
that like a couple days ago.
It's just funny because it's like the weakest possible hit in life, and it just kills Diddy Kong.
I mean, that's every character. The thing with Diddy's upbeat, it amplifies whatever hit that you got. So that's why, like, a lot of times when you Diddy get hits by neutral air while he's rising up, it amplifies the vertical knockback too. So we go above the stage instead of staying below it at higher percents. But we're getting hit by the sour spot, so we just fall down and die.
Yeah.
Aw, poor Diddy.
And then Wario, I think, is actually one of the few characters, and I mean,
Maybe
take out glide tossing, but Wario's
I
one
feel
of
like
the
Matt might have one.
one of the few characters with better item control than Diddy Kong.
Isn't the library?
I don't think he has better item control, but he has good item control.
I mean, his room's dirty, so good luck. Sorry, guys.
I want to talk about Pit, Kirby, and Snake.
Well, we're forgetting
I'm most
one.
interested in Pitt and Kirby, to be
No,
honest.
we're forgetting a very important one that's actually thrown into that mix.
Who?
Ike.
Really?
Because if you look at his spread, it's pretty much identical to Kirby's.
Yeah, Ike goes even against Snake. Put Snake lower.
But Pit is booty.
But Pit goes even with Snake as well.
Oh
You're
my
right.
god.
Yo,
Okay,
Fair? No. McCat, did you know that Pit's Fair knocked Snake off Cypher 9 times in a row?
Are you serious? Like, he can just
Yeah,
do it
bro.
over and over?
Yeah.
What?
Nine times.
Oh no, my favorite thing is when Snake is C4 recovering, and then Pit can be above him and time his uppie with the explosion of the C4, and
He
the
gets
wind,
bodied.
and the wind from the uppie pushes him back down.
Time it. You just literally have to uppy. It's
Yeah, it's a pretty long win box.
Yeah, dude.
But so I don't agree. First off, like looking at this thing, why is Day-to-Day so low? I mean, he still has his like 4 -2s, but they got rid of it. Like you got rid of 3 of them. His 3 toughest.
Yeah, I know, but he still
And
has
then-
Pikachu and Falco.
But
and
he beats everybody.
he again.
I think Diddy does better against Dedede than Falco does.
Right. Okay. So he loses to the top. He loses to Diddy. He loses to Marth, or he beats Marth, or he even probably beat. So he loses to Diddy. He loses to Pikachu. He loses to Falco. Loses to Zero Suit. Then wrecks everybody else.
Right.
No.
well,
Sorry,
no,
and
no,
Falco.
no, no, no,
My bad. I forgot Falco.
this still goes back to the logic from before, where
King
wh-
Dedede
how-
still loses to some of the characters.
exactly which characters are least counterable.
Right. Right. But I'm saying like he's better than like Kirby and Pit.
Kirby
Yeah.
and Pit aren't as
Yeah, I
counterable.
definitely agree with
in my
that.
opinion.
Kirby gets wrecked by
By
Zero Suit and Diddy and not Falco. It was on Marth and
Diddy
Warwick.
doesn't wreck Kirby. I think it's just a solid +1.
I'd say
But
it's
I haven't played any good Kirby's ever.
I mean, because
so.
the thing about Kirby is most of his pressure relies on his back air to or grab game,
Right.
and then you're just like, oh, I'm just gonna glide toss backwards and throw a banana, and I beat
Yeah,
your option.
we camped Kirby pretty hard. Like, it was even before this matchup chart, and I was just like, no, it's +1. Sorry.
People overestimate Kirby. She was amazing. I will give him that. However, no. Like, what was I talking about? Sorry.
Kirby.
all right. So one
Kirby,
of the
Dedede, Pit.
one of the other things, Eric, was that we were talking about should a tier list be about like how far a character can get by themselves in a tournament setting? Like so how their solo viability is.
Right. I see your
So
point.
Day-to-Day gets countered and he needs to switch off in some matchups. Kirby doesn't need to. Pit doesn't need to. Toon Link doesn't need to. Ike doesn't need to. They have -1s at worst. They have a lot of them.
Totally -2.
They have a lot of -1s, and so they have a lot of times where they're like struggling, but they'll never have a time when they need to switch off.
I think Ike Falco's -2.
I think Diddy
have you
Ike
seen
is
all those
-2.
versus
You think what, Hunter?
I think Diddy Ike is -2.
He does body Rio every time they play, like free.
So
Right.
dude,
Rio
well-
beat me in one money match. I'll give him that, but never tournament.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna use this as a jumping point, but if you ever disagree flat out with a certain matchup, that's when you have to let me know. Like, no, that's actually a -2, and then we can go from there.
Hashtag the matchup chart is actually wrong, and it took like 7 months. I was so annoyed.
yeah, I'm so mad that Snake doesn't lose.
I
every
just
matchup.
had fun with it. It was fun.
Pikachu Marth is -1. I'm so upset.
Snake Marth is even. Get out of here. Diddy Snake +1 Snake? Nope.
Yeah, Diddy loses Snake.
I mean, you did
Alright.
beat ADHD with no matchup experience, and then barely lost to him with no matchup experience.
And then I got 3-0'd.
You did. You got bodied set too.
Hey guys,
That part.
guys, serious question, all right? Very serious question.
42.
Who's better, Pit or Snake?
Snake.
Snake.
I don't know.
Snake.
Alright, I guess
Snake.
I guess I lose this one.
Okay, entire chat. I want to hear everyone's vote. Chat,
I
who's
hate
better, Pit or
everyone.
Snake?
I mean,
Assuming the top 3 don't exist, obviously.
assume like you have Pit, who, you know, loses. I'm not looking at the chart. I'm just looking at the characters. I feel like he loses to Diddy Kong, loses to Pikachu, probably loses to Falco, loses to Marth, loses to Zero Suit.
Oh my gosh, Shaky's in the conversation. Sorry.
I think Pit Diddy is even if Pit goes for the timeout.
Yeah, but then ledge grab limit's a thing, and Diddy's really good
no,
on the
it
ledge.
has nothing to do with the ledge grab limit. You can just run away with up B. It's pretty annoying.
Word?
But Zeno did beat Earth. I mean, I'll give him that. But Earth didn't go for the timeout.
Mm. Okay, so besides those, everything else I said, like he loses like -1s to the best like 7 characters, ish.
Okay.
So like, and Snake loses to Marth, Pikachu.
Diddy Kong, Falco.
He doesn't lose to Diddy. It's even.
Oh, he loses. It's 55-45.
He loses to Pikachu. For
Wait,
sure.
like
He gets wrecked by
Snake.
Pikachu.
Snake. He gets wrecked by Pikachu. He loses to Marth. He might lose to Falco. And that's it. Of the top tier. He loses to Day-to-Day under that. And then that's it from what I can see. So that's
The
what
thing goes
form...
even with like Pit, Ike,
Yeah, but he doesn't lose the first 6 matchups like Pitt does.
might lose to Wario.
Didn't you 3-stock that kid?
Moving
Alright.
on.
Let's not talk about that.
Alright, so are we agreeing or not that Pit Kirby and Ike should be above King Dedede, or is that getting thrown out
Nah,
the window?
chill, man.
No.
No,
think
Diddy's so much better than you. You play the character. Stop trying to be like me.
Dedede's way better than all 3 of those characters, man.
Not necessarily Pitt.
Not Pit.
Because of the way we said about the whole solo viability.
Pit also has like a 0 to like 80 chain grab on day-to-day.
I'm not talking about the matchup.
Right, but that does matter for something.
Well, no.
Snake
We're not
out.
talking about the head to...
Pikachu.
Wait.
I wasn't using the
Wait, I want to prove Jesse wrong about something. So, Jesse, your argument is that Pit has a 0 to 80 chain grab on Day-to-Day. Day-to-Day has any percent chain grab on Pit.
He can uppy out of it.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can.
Not if it's frame perfect. That's only if the Day-to-Day messes up. You know how I know? Ask me how I
Play
know.
the fucking character.
Ask me how I know. Besides that, anytime Day-to-Day can down throw and buffer forward tilt and have it connect, that also means he can get a grab. Yeah, it's the same exact frame.
See,
data.
if Danny was still playing, Pitt would be 3rd on the current tier list.
Right?
Yeah.
Dan.
Danny was the best Pit player in Florida at the time.
He was the best player in Florida for a while.
The world.
Yeah, probably the world. He was unbelievable. Like, he made Masashi look like booty. But he never traveled, and then he quit because of school.
And now he's married.
And now he's married. Shout
It's
out.
like a happy ending.
Yeah. If you take out Smash from happiness.
Well, yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
It's bittersweet.
But,
Let's talk about Rob. He's way too low.
Oh my god, Rob.
I don't think so. I think
I
the
feel a
rise
lot
of
of mine is
DDs
here.
is going to be too good for Rob. DD sort of wrecks Rob, and
You should
then
move up a
Falco
little
still
bit,
wrecks
though.
Rob,
I feel like
and
he's
Zero Suit still wrecks Rob.
Yeah, she bodies him. I feel like
So-
he's better than Game & Watch, at least Game & Watch.
Maybe. Let me see.
Game & Watch still loses to Falco, still loses to Diddy, still loses to Snake, still loses to Falco. Did I say Falco?
Yeah.
Marth.
Yeah.
I forget which ones I say.
I think Toon Link is too low.
I think Toon Link does way better without Meta Knight also.
Yeah, definitely.
Way better.
And
Toon Link
Olimar.
doesn't really have a, huge problem against Ice Climbers.
Have you ever seen MJG lose to anyone that's not Meta Knight or Olimar?
He lost to Vinny at Lobo.
Vinny.
Ice Climbers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
3-0.
I remember that. I was pissed.
Or he was playing.
He's lost to Vinny more than once though.
Yeah.
So yeah, erase Meta Knight and Olimar from the picture. I feel like Toon Link is, a way better character.
Yeah.
What are his
I
matchups
think-
currently that's on the chart and stuff?
And I think Toon Link
Choose Toon Link,
was
actually.
how would you guys compare Kirby and Ike to Wario?
I think it's really hard to go anywhere after Snake because those characters are so like good.
If Diddy
Like,
Kong
there's
is
a
now
clear
the best,
distinction.
if Diddy Kong is now the best character, and Wario, player one, you said Wario beats Diddy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like unwinnable for Diddy by no means,
Yeah.
but it's his second worst matchup in my opinion. It's a solid +1 Wario.
Next to... Oh, I
Meta
found it.
Knight.
Oh.
I say still Meta Knight. If Meta Knight knows that matchup, it's pretty hard.
And I'm personally under the impression that Wario.
I think Diddy Ice Climbers is even.
But
Me too.
Wario Dedede, in my opinion, is only a -1. It's not -2. Marth is a lot harder, in my opinion. So, I mean, take that into consideration when you're looking at this chart.
But you're not a...
I think Wario is definitely above Ike and Kirby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I put Toon Link at least where Wario was, so at least above Lucario. Because Lucario is... he gets wrecked by Diddy. He gets wrecked by Marth.
Not that good
Yeah.
of a character. Chola's just godlike.
Chola's just beast.
I don't know. I think Toon Link
But the thing
should go under
about Lucario is he
Wario.
doesn't even play enough, so we can't even like judge like,
Yeah.
oh, he beats people, because like he'll go to like one event, beat like one really good person, everyone's like, oh my god, Trella, and then like proceed to not do anything. Like Shaky beat Trella at Wovo. Does anyone remember that at Florida? No.
I remember it.
But at Atlantic South?
You're
No.
pretty much Florida.
Lucario
remember
also
when
kind of
Mickey
gets
lost
spot
to
by
him.
Fox.
I forget.
So, do you want to put Toon Link above Kirby just because he has a better matchup against Diddy Kong?
I think Toon Link. Yeah.
I think Toon Link's great.
I think right under.
I
Wolf.
still don't know because I still think Toon Link gets bodied by Falco pretty badly.
Fox is better than Wolf?
Definitely. Man, Wolf is ass. Justice, the way you feel about Snake, I feel about Wolf also, man.
Yeah, but Snake actually sucks.
Go
Oh wait,
sleep.
Wolf, you're right.
I feel bad for Snake.
See, the cat, you just need to move down to Florida.
That's
So
what I
we can
told
all-
him.
But how many snakes do you have that I can actually fight?
Like 4.
4?
Tampa has a lot of snakes.
I'm pretty sure you guys made people drop that character already.
No,
Yeah,
that was
but
me.
I'm considering I'm saying HR not quit, and then even though he's back apparently, and then Afro doesn't play anymore. So there's the 2 of the top 3 snakes quit.
And Chop,
I mean-
he quit.
All right.
I mean,
Sage, I don't want to play with you, man.
Lada, Yele, Yas.
Lotte's a meta name, mate.
They all play Snake.
Oh, Danny
I play
Snake.
A lot of people play Snake. They just understand that Snake is bad, so they don't main him.
You're right.
Oh yeah, so where do you fit in the description, man?
I'm stupid.
Finally, something we can all agree on.
you just say that so confidently.
Did you see him forward smash Denti? That made no sense.
Twice.
Twice. 1 game. God, you're so good at Skatar. Holy shit.
What did you? Where were you on?
I was on,
A full bladder.
yeah, actually.
I remember that.
I didn't pee all day. It sucked.
Oh man, good tournament, good tournament.
It really
Yeah, you
was.
beat Zero.
I was sad that I didn't get to play the cat.
I effed up, man. I personally do have a Olimar problem, so
I know.
Cat,
yeah.
I will teach you that matchup.
Please do. I would
Blizzard.
love that. Okay.
Okay,
Like-
I have a Toon Link and Falco problem, but no one cares. They just trash talk me because I lose
I've
to them.
tried to help you, sir. I've played you with Falco. Or then if I try to, you're like, no, I want to play your Falco, go Pikachu. I'm like, okay.
Guys,
That was like a year ago.
guys,
Shaky is so salty right now.
Shaky
What, David?
is shaky. Alright,
He's mad he's not here with us. David, don't stop the call now. We can't. No.
I really want to attempt to get at least down to Donkey Kong. Because I don't want to do another episode of this.
Okay, let's
I
go.
want to move on to other
Fox is
topics.
also better than Lucario.
Let's
Go.
go.
Agreed.
Alright,
All right. Let's just.
lightning round.
Everyone type in the group chat. Say what they think.
Rob is better than Game Watch.
I feel like Game & Watch is not giving enough credit, man. I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like
looking.
people shit on
He
him.
doesn't seem that bad.
I was gonna say move him up, at least to above Wolf. Or above Lucario, probably. Bump Lucario and Wolf down to below Rob.
I don't think so. Rob still gets destroyed by D and Falco and Zero Suits.
You just named every character that beats Lucario and Wolf too.
Yeah, but they don't get destroyed.
Wolf?
Well, I'm not talking about Wolf. I'm not talking about Wolf. I'm talking about
Absolutely
Lucario.
puts Wolf to bed. Let's be real.
Alright, let's just take
Guys,
Wolf off let's just take out Wolf off the list. Let's put him where he belongs.
Under Luigi.
Yeah, but he's not even in the game anymore.
Wait, I remember when McP beat Esam,
Shut up.
guys.
No, like I put him under Ganon. Guys.
I remember when every Peach beat Sam too. That's funny.
Wait, you lost to Illmatic before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Remember when 8-Bit Man beat Esam?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Aphid Man beat Blood Cross?
Really? What?
No.
What's going on?
No, I'm on Skype and editing my lab report.
Oh.
No talk. I'm literally like talking to people.
I was just saying about
Dang, Eric's an asshole.
about the when Rob's plummeting. You were about to cry the first time.
Right. Sorry, we watched Wreck-It. I was watching Wreck-It Ralph with my roommate and Sad Parts.
No spoilers, haven't seen it yet.
What? Are you serious?
I'm kidding, I've seen it.
I was about to like go down there today and just like punch you and give you the DVD, and then take your money for gas money.
You're gonna give him the DVD? Jeez, Eric, calm down.
I'm gonna give him the MV DVD.
Guys. How bad is Peach?
Terrible.
Peach is
Pretty
really
bad.
bad. She only beat
Pretty
Esam.
bad.
Except for Kia.
Snake rapes her.
She's better than DK. She's better than DK.
Snake doesn't do anything bad to Peach. Let's be real, guys.
So
You
let's
don't
go-
think Snake rapes Peach?
I don't think it's as bad as people think.
I'm under the
I think-
impression that Peach gets molested, man.
I think Snake solidly beats her. I don't think it's that bad though.
Wait, Snake solidly beats her?
She was throat.
Damn.
And this is gonna be on YouTube, so everyone's gonna know I punched you in the throat.
You heard it here first.
Unless he edits it out.
It'll be in the bloopers.
Too much effort to edit it. He's just gonna like. It's probably uploading to YouTube as we speak.
It's actually
No,
live
it's not.
streaming on
It's
YouTube.
not Peach Boot Camp.
Oh, you're right. But you book him too bad. Like, shoutouts to Clash Tournaments
Why is Nest so low?
because he gets -4 by Marth, -2 by by Diddy Kong, -1 by Falco.
It's not
-2 by
negative
Snake.
too. I'm pretty sure Shaky, when I talked to Shaky about it, he thought it was almost. He said it was even if Diddy doesn't know the matchup, and he says it was +1 if Diddy does know the
Yeah,
matchup.
he thinks it's even.
And me and Shaky are 1-1 right now.
I mean, Shaky he also gets -4 by DK
Yes, he does.
and Pokemon Trainer.
Yeah, Pokemon Trainer.
Like,
Pokemon Trainer is still a thing.
yeah, it's bad. He loses too tough to too many people. Like, you can see where it's Nest because like it's like good matchups, it's good terrible on the bottom half. Like, look,
Look
scroll
at
back.
Shaky trying to justify his character.
I'm just watching him.
It's not -4. It's not -1. It's
Not
probably like
-4,
-2
not
or
-4.
-3.
No.
It's Martha's -4. You almost lost to. Although I'm gonna give that kid credit. What's his face?
Mr. Eric
Mr. Eric.
without the infinite.
Yeah, he's so good.
Mr. Eric is really good.
Like, I played him in pools at Skatar too, and it was last stock both games. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, dude, Marth beats Pikachu.
Yeah,
No.
I pick Pikachu.
You're clearly on a different level than him.
Right.
He's just the boy.
So, is there anything with the current
Almost
list?
as Hunter.
Is there anything with the current list, minus, all this, that,
Well, I heard Manny beat everyone in Florida, so Sonic should be like 5th.
Manny beat like 2 people. That was so exaggerated.
Just saying what I heard, bro.
guys,
Wait, you don't think DK is better than Peach?
Mm-mm.
Why?
Day to day. Falco, Zero Suit, Pikachu, Pit,
Fox.
Fox.
Hi guys.
Get it?
Shut up.
Okay, man.
It's bad.
All right, calm down.
Just Will conveniently gets like Marth in bracket like every national.
Just Ilan got Meta Knight at Ape.
Yeah, and then he gets wrecked. Like, if he doesn't see the Marths, it's like, like, he played Mike Hayes first round of the last Apex, I'm pretty sure, and then, like, he lost 2 straight because they were both Meta Knights or something. He got into winner's quarters by at Skatar. Like, no shit talk, he's an amazing player, but, like, he played Mr. R in winner's 8s, which led him into winner's quarters. I don't remember who he beat before that.
Hey, Nakat,
Hey, what's up, man?
can you explain something to me?
What would you like?
Why
So bad.
why on the matchup chart is Fox listed as a -1 against Kirby?
Why?
Yeah. Can't Fox just run away and shoot lasers forever?
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all, man.
Dude, with the gimps.
No, dude, forward
Yeah,
the comments.
you should never find yourself off stage versus Kirby, man. Or ever put yourself in that situation. Like some foxes don't properly know how to camp Kirby, but like Kirby has a heart. I feel like Kirby isn't a character you can get hit by if you just run away from him. He can't. He doesn't have a projectile.
Exactly.
He does not have a projectile. Kirby has to come at you. You can just
Projectile?
avoid him. Yo, stop hating.
Fox has such a
He's
good
not
runaway
really good
from
for break.
Kirby.
Oh, man.
Sorry for the noise, by the way, 'cause I got gold.
I do think right now I think Lucario is still better than Fox though.
Why?
No one plays
Pikachu, Sheik, and
Lucario did
Diddy.
really good versus my Pikachu in the
I
one
don't think Diddy rapes Fox, bro.
I think it's -2. Sorry.
I think that matchup is even, or Diddy wins by 1. T.O. Joe's Fox is awesome, man. I loved watching it against Nairo.
Wait, doesn't the entire top 5 of this list beat Fox?
They beat him, but they don't solidly shut him down besides Pikachu.
Zero Suit, doesn't she have like a down smash?
Oh, that's even. It's even.
That matchup is even.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fox wrecks her shit otherwise.
Okay, calm down.
Like, the thing about Pikachu is Pikachu can still fight.
Nah, dude, you don't understand. Zero Suit takes double hit stun from Fox's lasers.
Double hit. Oh my god, the troll.
What?
Guys, I think Ganondorf is better than Link.
And that's where we're done.
No.
That's
Did
a
we get to
legitimate
Donkey
issue.
Kong?
though.
Yeah, so I think this is going to be our final list.
No, we're not done here.
Feel free to continue the
Sabrick,
discussion.
you ain't got sleep.
I have to wake up at 6
For
I
what?
gotta get body.
for the bus to go to the gym.
Getting swole
Taking class.
at the gym.
No, it's one of my classes.
What?
It's a 1 credit course.
Oh, leisure skills. Bodybuilding?
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna call this a night. I will post this list on the Tierbreakers Facebook. If you're not friends with us, just add us as a friend on Facebook, Tierbreakers.
I don't think I'm even a friend with Tierbreakers. I'm pretty sure I declined that friend.
Okay, facebook.com/tier.breakers.
Type it in the chat.
Okay,
David, just mute your computer and go to sleep. We'll be fine.
hold on. Yeah, check that out. Add them on Facebook. Follow us. Subscribe to us on YouTube. For any time you miss anything that we do, we'll put it on YouTube within the week. And follow this stream so you can stay up to date on everything that we do. The next thing that I have planned for this week, it will be on Thursday night. It's going to be the next episode of the Pro Factory. It's going to be mainly just featuring me and Master Raven right now.
Wait, when is it?
The Pro Factory.
When?
Thursday night at 9 o'clock p.m. And we're going to be answering questions. And if you get best question of the night, then you'll get to have a chance of interviewing a top player. We'll go over more on that on
Like Nick
Thursday. The next thing after that is going to be a second episode of the Pro Factory this week because one got canceled earlier. It's going to take place on Sunday at 9 o'clock at night. And I'm going to have 8-Bit Man, Florida's best Rob player, on that stream to answer questions.
The USA's best
So
Rob
awesome.
player. Let's get that straight. Even Chibo said it.
What?
Even Chibo said 8-Bit Man was better than him.
Better than who?
Chibo.
What are you saying?
Wow,
Chibo
David,
said
you are-
8-Bit Man was better than him.
Oh,
You
so-
effing up, man. You effing up badly.
So you're saying he's the best Rob in the East?
Chibo said he is the best Rob in the country, period.
That Chibo is.
No.
Jesus.
See, guys, I'm tired. I told you. Awesome. Okay, so we got the best Rob in the country. Fine, let's go with that. Even better. Best Rob in the country, 8-Bit Man, will be joining us on the stream to answer questions, Rob-related or otherwise.
Oh my God, Rob.
And he'll be showing off some of his crazy tech skill and how he still gets tornadoed by midnight. So
We should totally we should just have Skype calls and stream them.
this guy calls what?
We just stream our Skype calls like all the time.
The cat add me on Skype.
Well,
Alright, got you.
we'll be doing that whenever we do TheoryCrafters, which we'll be doing once a week. I had an idea
Shrek is great, Shrek is all.
for the next TheoryCraft question. I can get all your input on it now, and maybe we'll mold the question a little bit. But I don't want any discussion on the answer right now. Just give me your input on what you think of the question. Imagine Brawl where every neutral or every legal stage right now didn't exist. What would the next 5 most neutral stages be? What would the counter picks be? And how would that have any effect on the tier list if it did? Does that sound like a good discussion?
No.
With Mennonite and Ice Climbers. and
Yeah,
Mennonite
everyone being legal.
Brawl's unplayable. Let's go play Melee. Well, Project M, did you guys see the 3.0 announcement?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty hype, man.
Ah, Samus!
I don't know what that
So
turbo
maybe
combo
pretty
stuff
cool.
is. I want to play Kirby. Not gonna lie.
Fangasm.
The final coder.
That shit's
That looked really
stupid.
cool. Anywho, this isn't our Project M stream. So, thank you all for joining Tier Breakers, the next generation
Shut up,
of
Eric.
pros.
Hey, David, what are your plans this weekend?
And before I beat Eastern this weekend.
Really?
I'm working this weekend.
You work this week? Stop working.
Sorry. Alright,
Get it.
so thank everyone in the chat for joining us. I want to thank MVD, Nikat, Player One, Eastham for joining us. I want to thank V115 for attempting to join us. If you want a chance of being in the next TheoryCrafters Skype call, add us as a friend on Facebook, and make sure to take part in the short discussion I'm going to have in the next status I update. And if I like your answers to whatever questions I post, then you will most likely be in the Skype call. So see you all next time. I'll keep you updated on the schedule, and next time we will be streaming will be Thursday night at 9 p.m. So I will see you all then. Goodbye. Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Peace.